officially back. Hey YouTube, this is the mother flippin' first official episode of DK's diary. This is episode 1. Let's I was trying to use my soundboard, it didn't work. Okay, well, it was supposed to be applause, but since the applause don't want to work, we'll give ourselves a round of applause. We're all here, finally doing something. I'm so excited because I've had a lot of time to sit back and kind of think about some things and figure some stuff out. And I really feel like I'm growing. We've had a lot to talk about on the docket today. There's a lot of things to talk about that I want to talk about that I'm like, I have been waiting. I need you to understand. I have been waiting for so long to finally have the gall, or I guess really the motivation to do a like solo pod, because if you don't know, before I have done some podcasts in the past with friends. All were very fun. I will say all were very fun, and I learned a lot from those. I did one with my friend, a duo pod. I did a pod with like 6 other people, like all very, very fun, fun pods. And I feel like I learned a lot from doing those and being a part of the process and kind of also understanding like more about the pod. As of right now, team, it is official here. You've heard it here first. DK's diary will be available on YouTube right here at youtube.com/discokitten404 or DK404. I don't remember which one it is. I don't remember my own YouTube username. I'm pretty sure it's DiscoKitten404, but that is beyond the point of today. I'm just so excited to finally be starting my little like diary for myself and like sit on here and yap and talk about what I want to talk about. And it's just something that I've really been wanting to do because I was trying to figure out what I would enjoy. Okay, this is going to be like the intro episode because I guess since I'm starting something new and I really want to like, you know, come out strong, this is going to be like the intro episode for all the people that don't know me, for people who find me on the interwebs, or let's see how long this web series diary lasts, and then you're watching down the line, you don't know who I am, go back to this intro episode. It's right here. This will be the grand reintroduction of DiscoKitten404. Mwah. DK404. I like to go by DK. DK is probably my favorite. It's like Donkey Kong. Which who was the little was her name Diddy Kong? The little girl girl Donkey Kong? Hold on, let me pull it up. Dixie Kong, the girl with the little beret and the blonde blunt bang with the pony. Fierce. She's very puss. Anyways, that's beyond the point. I would be like Miss Dixie. I'd be like Miss Dixie Kong. Anyways, but yeah, so this is my reintroduction to this space, and I want to like start off on YouTube with like a reintroduction because I've posted some various things before, some Twitch VODs, all that, but I finally have something that I'm so excited to start working on and bring to YouTube and finally start like this a YouTube journey for real. And we're like, there's so much I want to do, so many ideas I want to have. And I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is DiscoKitten or DK404. I used to have different aliases before, and if you know me under them, shout them out in the comments. If you know one of my old aliases, write it in the comments below. And like make some noise for the people who, the OGs, the real OGs, but we're here. I streamed on Twitch for about two years, I want to say, or like a year and a half. It was a year and a half or 2, I don't remember exactly, and I'll fact check myself later. But I did that for a while, and I really enjoyed the community I built. And I mean, very small community, granted, but community nonetheless. The very small community I had built was so fun, and I really miss that. And I'm so excited because I think like I've been waiting for this, and I feel like I'm here, you know, a little bit. But oh, for some more context about me, I just graduated college last semester, so in December, and it's what, the 31st of January, like, so not even, I mean, like, I guess probably 2 months now. So I'm still adjusting to that and finally starting to really understand what I want to do and what, like, I don't know. It's just like living life and finally being able to do all the creative things and all the things I want to do because I don't have school on my plate. I feel like school was holding me back from so much, and like I'm finally free. I'm like that breaking chains meme, the one where they break the chains. Like, girl, that's me. I'm free. I'm free, bitch. I'm free. Just finally free from the chains of school and the U.S. education system. Holy. And just in time, especially with what's going on right now. Cuckoo beans. Cuckoo fucking beans. Might get political eventually. They'll probably weave in some political commentary. I don't know. Things about, like, I enjoy politics, and I feel especially right now at this current day and age, who I am and what I stand for, I have to, like, always mention it, like, you know, keep in touch with reality, but let's have a good motherfucking time. Like, we're here to escape from reality, to be, you know, away from all of those negative things of everyday life. So that's the kind of space I want to bring here. And I want to bring my chaoticness and my kookiness and the fact that I love to yap. A bitch loves to yap. And I'm finally here to yap, y'all. I'm finally here to honor the people, give them what they want, and give y'all a motherfucking pod to listen to of Cookie Beans having a time. It's basically like I'm in a padded room, and there's a one-way mirror, and y'all are in there watching me jump around the padded room and like start screaming and just yelling yelling slurs and like slang words, like just that would be me. That would be just Yas Queen and bouncing off the walls and just vaping and God. Anyways, but yes. So I streamed on Twitch for a few years. If I could keep a fucking train of thought, Jesus. I streamed on Twitch for a few years. I really enjoyed the community I had, and so I really want to kind of bring that back and try to build something that I would enjoy. Truly, truly. I feel like people always say that, but it's like I think understanding what you enjoy and being able to go with like the ebb and flow of like my opinions and my comforts change, if that makes sense. I'm trying to stop speaking in like not, I guess, obscure language. This I also want to use as a way to help me like articulate what I want to say better, because I feel like recently I've really lost my way of like being able to articulate what I want to say without beating around the bush, I guess, if that makes sense. Like not word garbaging, and kind of be, I guess, more conscious of what I say. Does that make any sense? Like, does anyone at home get what I mean? I need to do what I really want to do. And I think that's this. I think I've been in dire need of a solo pod of just somewhere, some way, somehow be able to talk about all the things I want to talk about, because there's so much I want to talk about. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. This is what that is, and I am so excited to finally really like get started on things and doing stuff and realizing like, oh bitch, like this is actually what I want to do, and like I'm liking where I'm going in life. You know what I mean? Like when life starts to get good, I want to like I'm ready to put both my feet in and just start running. You know what I mean? But yeah. I enjoyed my time on Twitch. I think I need to take some time away from like live streaming and kind of switch up the kind of content I do, because I haven't done very much pre-recorded content. Like it's very different, especially from like someone who's an amateur, and I've been on Twitch for so long, but I've also been on YouTube for so long, like not creating content, but I've been on YouTube watching content and watching all my faves, like LD Shadow Lady, that's my goat. Love her. Probably one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. Still love that she's still making videos today. I would be sat Like, for any of them, she's so good. Love her Minecraft SMPs. Our unproblematic queen. Shout out to her. Love her. Who else is... I've been obsessed with Naomi John. I think I talked about that in, like, the pilot episode. I really don't remember what I talked about in the pilot episode. I'm just going to say that now. Like, that was just a blur of time and not really real to me. So, but I've been obsessed with Naomi John. I watch all her stuff. She's like Saphira Nygaard's like cousin, if you will, of like the YouTube space. And I really enjoy, I mean, if you don't know who Saphira Nygaard is, like, I don't, like, were you literally just born? Because like, I think everyone who's like sentient and on YouTube knows who that is, except maybe like the old people. Cause like, why the hell would they know her? But I love her because she does the really long form content of like really random things, but it's so entertaining. And I think that's also what Naomi John gives me. And also, she loves to cook, so it's always fun to watch someone like cook and like make food. So love Naomi John. What's like my other, like my YouTube inspos? I mean, there's been so many that I've watched over the years, but my big one is like, oh my god, for my real people out there, Yogscast, this is gonna be a throwback. Yogscast people, they used to be it. Yogscast Hannah is my queen. I don't remember what her name is now. I think she still makes content. Love her. She's my queen. She gave me my life on my early ages of YouTube, because I used to watch her play The Walking Dead. She used to always do the playthroughs, and so I was always sad for a playthrough. And I think that's what really got me into story-driven games was her, because I remember I used to watch her streams a lot, and well, more her YouTube content, and then I started watching her streams like later down the line. There's just so many like big inspirations to me of like creating content, and also just like I guess this like the games and like the stuff I play, like definitely a lot of big influences that like are not as big as they used to be. And like, I am so sad some of my faves have fallen off. Like, obviously like Naomi John is doing good, and like LD Shadow Lady is also like queen of Minecraft YouTube. So I think they're both fine off. I don't think they need my blessing to, you know, be successful, but love them, and Saphira Nygaard as well. Like, but like, she's also like, she's one of the pillars, I feel, of YouTube. Maybe that's a crazy take, but I feel like she is, because she always has something new and interesting and like such good ideas. And I love that she really embraces these crazy ideas and like just does them, and people like, girl, she's just so entertaining. She makes it so entertaining. How could you not be entertained by her? But yeah, and then also figuring out like, what the hell do I want to talk about? That was like the thing. So when I started talking to some of my friends about this, because I was like, I want to get some opinions on this, because like some of my friends I've done podcasts with, some of my other friends I haven't, like, I just want to know like, what do my people think? What do my people think? And everybody was like, girl, what the fuck are you going to talk about? And I was like, but like, y'all don't really get it. Like, I'm like, y'all have been friends with me for so long. Y'all know I could sit here, and I don't even really need the screen or anything else. I can just say and just talk about something. Like, we will find something to talk about. I promise you. I will get you entertained, baby. You need your entertainment. You need... Is baby having her meal right now? Does she need something to watch while she eats her food? This is that. This is that. And so it's very much going to be random topics and jumping around. But like, that's the whole fucking point. No? Like, that's the whole point of this shit, is I wanted somewhere to yap. I wanted somewhere to sit here and talk about the most random shit on the planet. But like, I have very important things I need to talk about. Like, there are things in media and like stuff that I have opinions on, and I would like to know where are my people at with these opinions? And also, what is your opinion, and why is that? The biggest thing I want to talk about right now, and the thing that's been on my mind lately so bad, there's two universes of like, it's movies and shows and shit. I'm finally sat down and started catching up on movies and shows that I haven't watched. And some of y'all would be very scared of the date of this, because it is currently January 31st of 2025. And I just recently watched the entirety of Dune. And before you're like, how the fuck did you go this long without watching Dune? The movies, I haven't been to the movies in so long. I miss the theater. I miss the theater. I do love a good movie, and I love that nasty, greasy popcorn. Girl, put that liquid butter on there for me. And I'm gonna, like, girl, them greasy fingers. That's real grease. That's some real, real nasty grease up in there. That's kind of giving Crisco a little bit. Like, Crisco grease. That's the real scary stuff. That'll make your arteries stop. But I haven't been to the movie theaters in so long, and so I finally got Disney Plus Hulu Max bundle. And before someone crucifies me for giving Walt Disney my money, which I think Walt Disney, they're on the chopping block. They're always on the chopping block for something. I needed to watch Abbott Elementary, and I also needed to watch Agatha All Along. And so I needed to get access somehow. And usually I would just have my friends, but I am not friends with the friends who gave me the login, so I had to handle it myself. So we're locked in, we're watching shows, we're catching up on media. I watch Dune, and Dune is very, like, let me sit up for this. Let me sit up for this because I've actually been like marinating on this conversation, and I've been so excited to talk about Dune and figure out if like where are my like-minded people at, and before the fucking nerds show up and are like, you don't know what the fuck Dune's about, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about Dune. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. I think I know the plot. I think I do. And if I get something wrong, that's fine. Correct me. But before y'all come up in here and say this, that, the third, and blah, 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 and you're stupid and ugly and fat, I don't care. I think I know the plot of Dune. I think I have a decent grip on it. I have not read the books, and I know half people just clicked off. They're like, oh, a bitch that doesn't read the books. I don't like to read novels. And we're actually gonna take a tangent on this because I have my book sitting right here. I have four books. Oh my God, my pinky stretched so far. 4 poetry novels. Are these not, would that be a novel that when, I don't think, what's a novel? A fictitious prose narrative, a book linked to presenting a character or action with some degree of realism. What does that mean? A novel is a lengthy fictional story written in prose, usually fictional story. But what does that have to do with poetry? Okay, we're going to go with poetry. It's a poetry novel, and we're going to go ahead and assume that I'm right. Anyways, some of the books, we'll go with book. Let's just keep it really simple and keep it pushing. Poetry books. I started this one, and y'all will get my reviews. I will give my reviews on this pod, mark it here. I will give my reviews of these books as I read them. And the only one I've started, well, technically, is this one. It's Dare to Let Go by Alexandra Vasiliewi. I think that's how you say her name, Vasiliewi. It's really about, it says, poems about healing and finding yourself. In Dare to Let Go, the best-selling author of Healing is a Gift explores the complex themes of love, loss, grief, trauma, toxic relationships, depression, healing, personal transformation, growth, and ultimately the inner strength to find your precious self and discover your path in life. So, I was reading this. Some of the stuff hit very hard. Some of the poems were really like, damn. Like, for real, though, like, I read it and I was like, hold on. Let me go back and reread that. Because I want to make sure I really understood what we were talking about there. And so, I'll reread it. I'll be like, damn, it hits harder the second time. Like, really hearing those words and, like, read it in your mind. Read it in your mind and really, really read those words. Hold on. I have an excerpt. Okay. The other thing I do have to note about this that I was not aware of, as I was reading these poems as I do. I'm sitting here reading these poems, reading. And it said, let us thank God. And I said, oh my, girl, I had to clutch my pearls. I said, oh my stars, I did not realize this had religious influence. Alas, I will say, I won't just stop reading the book because it talks about God. I'm not that fucking religious. I only will kind of just skip the poems because, like, girl, I tried to read a few of them and it took me out of my immersion. I'm out of my immersion right now. And you know what? I'm gonna gatekeep the other 2 books because I'm not even close to starting those. and I'll discuss them at a later date. The second one that I'm really excited to start is The Metamorphosis of You by Susanna Zazera. I think this one's about like, oh yeah, this one's about the life stages and changing and, you know, the metamorphosis of you. I'm very excited for this one. I think this one's gonna be very good. Also, this cover is very nice, and I'm getting back into books, but like I said before, the only books I really enjoy reading are poetry books. Honestly, the only experience I have with poetry is that in college, when I was in college, I think it was my first year, second year maybe, that I was in an English class, or I think it was, no, I think it was second year because I only had one English and I took it like later because I didn't want to. And it was a modern fiction class, and which modern fiction, and we read poetry. Anyways, I digress from that point. The books that I read in that class actually like really had an impact on me, and just like thinking about books, and like they just inspired me because I have never really been much of a reader. Like I'm that age of like AR kind of ruined it for me. Like accelerated reading is that what it's, I think it was accelerated reading. I'm fact checking myself right now. We're pulling it up. What does AR stand for? No, not in guns, bitch. No. Is it accelerated reading? Shit. It's always got to be something about damn guns. I don't care about guns. It's accelerated reader. Fuck. It was the wrong tense of acceleration. Anyways, AR kind of ruined it for me, so I never really enjoyed reading. There are some books that I've enjoyed over my lifetime that I've read that I definitely remember. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. There's like a hair in my mouth. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is definitely like up there. Like I loved all those books. Pretty sure I finished it. Don't remember 100%, but I did read most, if not all. Those were the only ones that I really enjoyed the hardcover of, because I remember I used to have the hardcover version of those. I don't have much of the books I read growing up, but that is definitely like, that whole series is so good. The Inventions of Hugo Cabret is another book that is kind of a banger, I think. Or that's just one of the ones that I really enjoyed growing up. And like, I know it's like it's a lot of pictures, but it's like pictures and words, which I really enjoyed, and it kind of brought me more into the immersion. But it's been so long since I've read that, but honestly, I would reread it again nowadays just to see if it holds up to what I think about it, or I thought about it back then. And I mean, obviously, there's the ones like, I liked Hunger Games. Hunger Games was actually a very, very good read. Divergent, like shout out all my Divergent people. Like I'm 22, so like I'm that age that was like Hunger Games, Divergent, the Percy Jackson books, all those. To Kill a Mockingbird, what was that other one? I can't remember the other name of the other book. the you know, the other name of the other book that I read that one other time. You know that one? But yes, so that's my history with books, is just like, I have never really been the most interested in reading. I like reading research papers, which I guess I could segue into like the next thing if I'm talking about myself and blah blah. Like, we get it, you're talking about your fucking self, but like, you bitches want to know about me. Well, probably not, but you'll come to learn. You'll come to understand I'm a little interesting, just to give some context. But I graduated with my degree in psychology with a concentration in applied behavior analysis, which, for all my people out there that don't understand what applied behavior analysis is, or ABA as most people call it, is basically working with people on the autism spectrum and providing care and doing behavioral therapy is like the main one. But I personally really would like to do research one day, is my goal. I would love to do psychology, behavioral research would be my biggest goal. Biggest dream, I guess, is my goal one day. And I want to do something big for autism. Like, that's something that I feel like I've always wanted to do, and it was part of me for such a long time. And so that's something that I'm very excited for. And that's something that will come with time. I have some, ideas eventually, and like, I mean, also there's just like dreams and thinking about things in a bigger picture of like, I want to do something big. Like, I want to have an impact. Like, she's really good. But yeah, I like reading research papers. The whole point with that fucking tangent. Next. was that I like to read research papers. I enjoy reading psychology, specifically research papers. I really enjoy reading. And I really enjoy reading poetry. Poetry has been one of my like favorite things to read, and I was just surprised. I honestly, you know what my real opinion about it is I like, if we're gonna be real for a minute, I think my reading comprehension just sucks. That like I can't read through all of that in like a timely fashion. I know. Before y'all start, hold on. Before you run to the comments and say, "Bitch, reading's about on your own time," I get that, but like, I like to read like here and there, like, you know, give my brain a little cleanse from like my phone and like my computer, and just like pick up a book and like read something physical. Kind of, you know, gives me something different, gives me some different kind of stimulation. You know what I mean? And so, I don't even know what the fucking point with this was, with this tangent. Just more bullshit, I guess. But I think my reading comprehension just sucks. So like I can't read like something that like a novel or read that many words and kind of like actually understand things. Like I have to re oh my god, just like thinking about like me in this fucking computer screen just talking about like, but you guys don't understand, I can't fucking read for shit. I can't read for shit. So I have to reread the words. So I like the smaller books because I can reread the little words and then go right back up and reread them again. And I've read the whole page. So that's kind of my point with it, is like I enjoy, like my reading comprehension sucks. So I enjoy the smaller pieces to like kind of like, I think it's easier for me to process them like little at a time. So I think that's why I find it easier to read through poetry books. It's just like I can read these pages that are like, it's a lot less words, but they're more impactful, and they play parts together to give you a picture. You know, does that make sense? But yeah, so that's what I really want to do, and I want to keep reading these books, and I'm so excited. I'm trying to like just every few days like read a little bit. Like when I think about it, be like, you know what? Like I want to sit down and read this book, and honestly, I'll probably read some tonight. We'll see. But I mean, besides that, I'm so excited to start like reading those books. I'm so excited for this motherfucker podcast. I just have to freak out a little bit more again because like I finally have something for me. Like for me. Like that's fine. No, like, but like you don't get it. It's for me. Like I'm finally doing something for me. Like it's just, it feels so so empowering, I think is the right word. Like it just feels very, very right. Very right to do something that, like, I don't know. Like I'm trying to articulate myself better and be able to explain what I mean, and like explain more clearly in words, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. And so I also, there's for YouTube specifically, like not even just this solo pod that I'm doing, TK's Diary, like I have some other like creative ideas I want to do. Like I want to build, and speaking, here's the special guest of honor is my cat, Bisquifa. She's right here. She's sleepy. She's EB. And shout out the Canes Cup. But yes, she's so EB. She is sleeping right next to me. I want to build a catio for her. That's literally one of the things I want to do, is build her a catio, because I want her to be able to experience the outside without going outside. So that's one of the things, that's one of the building ideas. And I've been wanting to build a planter box, like a mobile planter box. Like, okay, here's my idea. Someone tell me if I'm crazy or like if I'm just like cuckoo beans, because I've never really like built anything from scratch before. I want to build a like mobile planter box. It's going to be like 3 like little tiers. And I want it to be like one of those little carts that you like push and they're like tiered, because my idea with it is that since it's a mobile planter box and you have them tiered, I'm gonna do 3 tiers. Count it, 3 tiers, and it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, and they're gonna be like, you know, this yay, like, you know, tall, and like they'll be like this wide. It would be cute. Like you put the little plants in there, and then the bottom it'll have little drainage holes, and since they're tiered, you'll water the top and it'll literally water itself the whole way down, so you're not really like losing as much water. Well, I mean, I guess like in a normal pot, like that has the water catcher thing underneath it, you're not really losing water because it's still going back in, but it's sitting there. And so I think with that mobile planter, you'll be able to get like, you know, there won't be like stationary, like sitting like puddles of water, if that makes sense. That's the idea. Before all the plant freaks also come up in here and start jumping me for not knowing shit about plants and not knowing what the hell I'm talking about. Like I have plants right there on my arm. I got plants everywhere. I love plants. Am I the best plant owner? Well, one could argue. No. But I have my pothos, and my pothos is my true love. I love that plant. It's so easy. It's so pretty. I love me a viney plant. Like, I know it's viney. I know it's big and viney. But yeah, what the fuck else do I want to talk about? I have a big docket of things. Honestly, my phone, my notes app has really become my best friend at this point. And I've kind of realized, okay, like, you know how a bitch loves a journal? I have a journal. This is my journal for everybody. Like, journal share. It's plants. It's plants. This is my journal. No, I won't be opening it, and no, I won't be flashing any of the pages, because knowing my luck is I'm gonna be talking about someone right there, and they're gonna pause the video and somehow have clipped the entirety of it. And so I think I'm good on that, on my luck, on episode one. So we'll keep it pushing. But that's my journal. And so I've kind of been using my phone as like a mobile journal, if that makes sense. If I don't have time to sit down and journal, it's like, let me just jot it down in here. And honestly, I've kind of been living, like, it's been so tea. I was like, girl, also, it kind of helps my brain, like, slow down a little bit, because I'm like, all those things that I'm thinking about, I punch it down in here. So I'm putting those, like, thoughts into words. And so I'm very excited. And I'm excited to be able to not, like, be jumping all over the place, and, like, finding the little things that I guess help me throughout the day. That's I think the best way to describe it is, like, it's the little things that help me throughout the day. Also, water bottle shout out. This is my water bottle. I got a Scam Men sticker, Outlive the Patriarchy, this little guitar with the NB flag colors. This one says, I won't say it, but, you know, NB flag hearts, a frog and a mug, a rat in a mug, a brat sticker that's like pink and frilly, and then this little like gemstone dragon. And then I got Bussy for Jesus. Okay, redacted coffee, but yes. Bussy for Jesus, this potion, and this little cupcake, and then, and then this. So good. I was using this to prop up my phone so I could look at it. Could you imagine if I was filming a TikTok in the middle of the pod? Could you imagine? Can you imagine? That just reminded me of what I truly wanted to talk about on this damn pod, because I want to talk about music, and because I am not a musician. I am not an artist. I have made music before. I have made beats. I have made many artistic things. I would not say like I'm anywhere near like a professional or whatever, but I listen to a lot of music. I love music. My Spotify minutes, my Spotify Wrapped really is what is my credentials. We're gonna hold on. I'm gonna pull them up so I can give you an exact number of this past year, 2024 Wrapped. Because my number, I think that was my all-time high for minutes. Yes, I had 195,000 minutes listened. Ooh, it's blown out. 195,000 minutes. Wait, let me turn my brightness down a little bit and see if that helps. Yup. 195,000 minutes. So, and yes, Megan Thee Stallion's my top artist. I mean, girl, she's literally behind me. So, if you haven't figured out that I'm a Megan stan, I'm a Megan head, I'm a hottie, I'm a hot girl, I'm Mr. Tuna Snow. Like, I love her. That's my girl. I saw her last year on her Hot Girl Summer Tour, and that actually changed my life, and that was the first time I've seen her, and I've been trying to see her forever, and I'm gonna have to give this tangent because this is how serious Megan is for me. Here's my origin story with Miss Stallion, Mrs. Snow, if you will, or Miss Snow, is that back in 2016, I want to say, because that's when she dropped the is it called Reeler album? I don't remember what it's called. Her like, I think her first big album, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, we're fact checking. Oh, the Fever album. I'm so sorry. It's the Fever album. Fever album's the first one I listened to, and I remember I heard Cash Shit featuring DaBaby, which, you know, I remember hearing this song, and I remember it was Winter Formal. was winter formal, so it was in the cafeteria. It's hot, it's sweaty, it's nasty, it's disgusting high schoolers. And this song played for the first time, and I heard it, and I was like, girl, what? I was like, what is this? I was like, bitch, it's like, it's a female rapper. I love female rappers. Or I just love female artists. Like, I feel like as a gay bitch, like, my love for female artists is just like, and I don't want to be like the annoying like white gay that's like, and like I love my female artists, and like I love Taylor Swift, and no. And before the Taylor fans start jumping, like, I'm not gonna shit talk your fave, but that's not my fave. Back to the point at hand, I heard Cash It for the first time back in 2016 when it came out at Winter Formal, and then I heard it again at some other dance. I Get Acquainted. Get Acquainted, that was the dance. Heard it, I Get Acquainted, and I was like, girl, this is like my favorite song. Like, it's always playing at the events, and then it just kept playing, and then like, I heard Big Ol' Freak for the first time. Now, Big Ol' Freak is when it got to get really serious, and you want to know when? You want to know what's the first time I heard Big Ol' Freak? And this is going to be a callback if you know who I am talking about, and you know about what video I'm talking about. It is a video of Lovely Peaches, and if you know who Lovely Peaches is, girl, you are a real one. You are really online, and bitch, you need to go touch some grass. But it's a video of Lovely Peaches, and she had these like, this like ugly white lingerie set on where her like coochie and basically damn near everything was hanging out, and she was twerking on this plastic chair to Big Ol' Freak by Megan Thee Stallion. And then I'm pretty sure she sat on the chair and it broke. But like, that was my first memory of hearing Big Ol' Freak for the first time. And since I heard Cash It at Winter Formal, and then I got introduced to Big Ol' Freak like right after, and then I realized Big Ol' Freak was made by the same person, Megan Thee Stallion, who made Cash It, which was the song I'd been hearing everywhere because I didn't know what I didn't know what the name was. I didn't know who it was. I just kept hearing it at all the like school functions. And so yes, and my school played played Megan Thee Stallion. I realized that it was the same artist, and that's when I fell in love with her. Was Big Ol' Freak, and Cash It was my startup with her. And then literally ever since that, it was like, what was it? It was, yeah, literally it was, oh, no. We got a bunch of other things before then. We got a bunch of other things. I love Captain Hook. Captain Hook is such a banger song. And you know what? I still haven't figured out what my favorite songs are by her. There's some really strong contenders. She has some really, I mean, her discography is really unparalleled to a lot of artists for me personally. And if you, honestly, if you came here to argue in my comments about how Megan's this, Megan that, I really don't care. And you can argue with yourself and your mama and your nappy pussy about what about Megan. She makes some good ass music, and she is a fine ass bitch and a great human being. So that's what I stand on. Love Megan. If you're a Megan lover, let's be oomphs. I love me some Megan. Oh, and then yeah, when I went and saw her on the Hot Girl Summer Tour this past year, the video somewhere on Twitter, actually it's on my Twitter, of I gave Megan Thee Stallion a bisexual flag because when I was watching all the videos online, I was trying not to spoil the tour too much for me, but I saw the videos online, and I never saw anyone give her a bi flag, and I was like, why has no one given her a bi flag? It's literally, I think it was Pride Month or like near Pride Month. And so I was like, why has no one given my girl a bisexual flag? Like, she's literally known for being bi, which we're going to get into that point in a moment with the confusion about that in a moment. But so I brought her a flag because I saw nobody brought it, and I brought it to her, and she waved it around, and I was like, girl, like, love her. And then I have the screenshot as my wallpaper of me and her making a little hand heart. And I would love to, I want to get it tattooed one day. Sorry, I had to clear my home screen. Okay. This is literally me and Megan making a heart on Hot Girl Summer Tour. That's me. That's my hand. But yeah, she was also like, she is so stunning in real life. And she was just everything. And honestly, I have never felt more excitement in my life. I also was on stage with her, which was like a whole other thing. And it was just so fun. And honestly, like I saw her and I saw Beyonce for the Renaissance tour. I went and saw Beyonce for the Renaissance tour. And honestly, the energy and the vibes at both of those were just so nice. Like, it was just queer and black people. Like, it was so nice. It was so fun. Everybody had a good time. besides the bitch in the pit that was like smoking weed and like that was really, that's a whole nother thing. Like smoking at a Megan concert is really like you really don't know what she stands for. Like you really don't listen to the words that she says in the song. Like you didn't really listen to what she said about like, bitch, I don't want to smell like a stoner. Like did we hear that lyric? Did you hear it? Because I don't think you heard it. But yeah, and so what else? What was there was something else I wanted to mention about Megan. Love my queen. I love her. She's just everything. I literally cannot remember. I love seeing Beyonce. I love seeing Megan. They were both so great. Obviously for, you know, Beyonce, I was in the nosebleed, so it wasn't exactly a first, I wasn't exactly in breathing range of Beyonce, because I'm not in that tax bracket to afford being next to Beyonce. But I am the tax bracket to be right in Meg's reach, if you will. Okay, wait, I have to discuss my top Megan songs of all time, because this is gonna be really problematic. And honestly, if you're a hottie, comment down below and tell me what your top. We're gonna do okay. We're gonna do top 5, and okay, we're gonna do top 5, and I'm gonna pick. It's probably gonna be a little ranged from like album to album, because like, girl, like I feel like if my first song I'm hearing of Megan has to be in my favorites, because like Cash It, but scratch the baby out of it, but like just Cash It with just her. That might be, you know, okay, you know what? I'm going to scratch Cash It. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to her. I'm sorry. But in the top 5, number 5 is going to be Big Ol' Freak every single time. It's going to be Big Ol' Freak. That feels like a robbery, because Big Ol' Freak really should be in my top 3. But it's going to be number 5. We're going to do number 5, Big Ol' Freak. Lock it in. Lock it in. Number 4. Ooh, okay. Number 4 is going to have to be, I think, Girls in the Hood. Girls in the Hood, it was just... the time that single came out was very much needed, and I think everybody knows where they were when Girls in the Hood came out. I think that was like 2019. No, it would have been after. I think. Don't quote me. Number 3. Number 3 is gonna have to be. Okay. This is hard, y'all. This is getting really hard. Okay. I think number 3. Okay, I'm on the Something for the Hotties album. I'm on that. Well, it's a mixtape. I'm on that mixtape right now. I'm on Something for the Hotties right now, and I'm really trying to pick, because that mixtape, I mean, damn near I think every single song off of that is in my favorite Megan's playlist, and there are songs of hers that are not in there that I'm not a fan of, but most of her discography in there, and this album specifically. You know what I think? Okay, number 3, and I'm locking it in, is gonna be Kitty Cat, because Kitty Cat, it's just like, P is for pussy, Pussy. You know, that one, I'm sorry, Kitty Cat's gonna have to be number 3. And number 2, ooh. Okay. I think I have my number 2 and number 1. I think I do. And for me, this is gonna be my number 1 and number 2. Number two, hear me out. Number 2 is gonna be Accent featuring Glorilla, because that song, it's just, I love her and Glow, and everything her and Glow have made together has been nothing but like far beyond perfect, and just great, and well produced, and well thought out, and fun and different. Like, I love them two so much. And here's my honorable mention before I give y'all my number 1, because this one might seem a little crazy to not the hardcore Megan fans. Honorable mention for the number 1 and number 2 spot is gonna be Budget featuring Lotto, because that song was very serious to me, because it was what's the word I'm looking for? It was a genre of music. Hold on, I'm gonna listen to it. What is it called? It's like, it's a electronic, is it funk? Is that what, I think it's funk influenced? Is that what I'm thinking of? I think it is the funk influence. Yes, because the instrumental in budget, I think, is a sample from something. I think. Don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure on everything, and if I'm wrong, fact check me in the comments. Sound out on the comments. Okay, and my number one song by Megan Thee Stallion, as a bitch who has been in Megan Thee Stallion's top listeners every single year since Spotify Rap started, and I have my credentials. This was, and I've been in this percentage of her listeners every year before somebody calls me crazy. I've been in her 0.005%. 0.005%. And the first year I calculated that was the first year Spotify Rap drop, and she had 33 million listeners, or 32. And if I calculated, I think 0.005% of that, it was like 1,300. So I listened to my girl. I'm serious. I'm serious. But the number one song, in my opinion, of her entire discography is gonna be Miss Nasty. It's gonna be Miss Nasty. I'm sorry. Like, it's just... Actually, I'm not sorry, because Miss Nasty tatted on my ass cheeks, scared to put that pussy on him because he might harass me. You're scared to put it on him because he's gonna harass you for the kitty? And the beat is so nasty, and she's talking about, I want you to dog on this kitty. It is so nasty and freaked out. It's Miss Nasty. Are you Miss Nasty? Could you be Miss Nasty? Did you get it tatted on your ass cheeks? Real question, and answer quickly. That, and honestly, I think that is a great place to stop. We have talked about so much. There is so much I want to talk about. I didn't even really get to talk about Dune because I got so lost. Honestly, I think next episode, I'm going to do a deep dive on Dune and my thoughts, or just talk about... Honestly, next episode is going to be my media consumption and all of the things I've consumed lately, and my thoughts, opinions, reviews of some movies and shows that I want to give, because there are some things I have to talk about Dune. I got to talk about, I just saw Agatha All Along. I've been starting to understand that the Marvel universe more, because I'm watching all the X-Men movies that I never saw. And I just finished, I watched New Mutants and the Dark Phoenix, and I have some very strong opinions about those too. But I want to save that for a whole episode, because I have a lot of opinions and a lot of things that I want to ask, and I want to know, and I want to see what people thought about this and certain things. And so we're going to save it for episode 2, and that's going to be my big media deep dive into everything that I've been watching lately. And we're really going to get into it, and I hope y'all are as motherfucking excited as I am, because bitch, we are here, we are queer, we are ready to serve. So, on that note, I will see you all on the next motherfucking episode of DK's Diary. And this has been the first official episode. Hey girl, funny seeing you here. Are you liked, commented, and subscribed on the video? Well, girl, get to it. Go ahead and do it right now. Right now. Literally while I'm yapping. I can sit here and yap all day. Hey, I'm walking here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Your mouse? It's probably right here. Go ahead. Go right down to that subscribe button. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can know when I post. Baby, because you want to know when these posts go up.